All right, we are live. First episode, the Yellow Pickle Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, and with my guys, Mark, Ant, and Dennis. What's good, fellas? You guys good?
Good guys.
All right.
Yes, so this is the first one, episode one, hopefully of many. Basically, this podcast, we're just here to talk about general information, general things that goes through that's dear to us: investing, family, faith, politics, sports, whatever comes to our mind. And we just want to share this with the internet world, YouTube world, and something we can look back on. But fellas, you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Anyone got anything to say? Like, how's your week been? Anything new? Everyone just good?
I've had a pretty busy week at work, sorting out lots of different things. But apart from that, being a dad and all the rest of it, part of the package, isn't it?
I see Ad's got the tank top out. You've been hitting the gym, obviously. Like, you've been training a lot this week, or?
Nah, not even, man. I've just been so busy, and this whole COVID thing has just messed everything up.
No, fair enough. It is. Yeah,
but yeah, take it as a compliment.
Yeah, true. Yeah, take it as a compliment. yeah, definitely. Dennis, how's your week been? Been good?
Yeah, same old week, man. Just grinding out. Just finish the week and just spend time with the family, man.
Yeah. So
I was looking forward to the meeting today. So looking forward to it, man.
That's good, man. Yeah, I guess it's like the theme is like, it's busy. Everyone's busy out here working hard, and I guess this ties perfect to what we're going to talk about today. And it's one of these. The subject we're going to talk about is brought us closer together. It's not the Mexican beer virus. It's not help out to eat out has brought us together, even though that's helped a lot. Bring us have more dinners together. It's actually Bitcoin, and so we're going to talk about Bitcoin today. And it's just one of those things where, like, I feel like we're going to obviously talk about more in detail what it means to us, and I'm gonna ask you guys the questions as well. But like, for me, it's just one of those things where you talk about time, you talk about working a lot, and this asset, Bitcoin, is something I believe will change our lives for the better, and it will give us that freedom of time eventually. But I want to definitely ask you guys what your thoughts are. So just a quick one. I just want to talk about. I want to ask you guys a question, two-part question. When was the first time you heard about Bitcoin? All right. It could have been like many years ago, recently, whenever. Just have a think about when's the first time you heard about Bitcoin, and what does it mean to you right now? I don't know who wants to go first. Mark, you want to go first with that?
Yeah. So I originally heard Bitcoin back in 2011, sort of in the period around about my wedding. So people were talking about it. It was a new sort of hype, and then I didn't really look into it or investigate what it actually was. I knew it was a currency, but a lot of people were buying it from even before that. And 2015, one of my friends told me, you either have to make an app, because that's the new thing, or buy Bitcoin, because there's people trying to find computers so they can grab their Bitcoin. And these are computers they left in the loft or thrown away. Yeah. So that's when I heard of it again. And then obviously throughout time, like yourself, Chris, didn't really go into detail with it from however long I've met you after your wedding.
Yeah.
But then it's only probably this year that I've actually took a proper interest in it and wanting to learn more about what it is and why am I doing it.
So what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you right now then, since you've researched it?
So trading and investing is new to me.
Yeah.
You can invest in something for yourself or your house, or financial investment, house, car, whatever. But this is kind of an investment for me. It's freedom for the future generations of my kids.
Yeah, definitely.
So my great grandchildren, hopefully in the next 30 years, 0.0001 Bitcoin is going to be worth a hell of a lot of money then.
yeah, definitely.
But that's my main goal is financial freedom.
Yeah.
And also not just financial freedom, it's to set financial freedom to set everything up.
Yeah, definitely.
For the family. So
Cool.
my grandchildren won't have to worry.
That's cool, man. And
Yo,
was that have you heard about Bitcoin? I know you got some
I
stories
heard,
about it.
yeah, I heard about Bitcoin. Yeah, what was it maybe just under 10 years ago?
You actually bought Bitcoin, right?
I bought Bitcoin.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I bought Bitcoin. So by not well, bit of an accident really. There was a lot of items in the black market, obviously, like I shouldn't really say it, but illegal stuff that you could buy
What are you doing
online.
in the legal markets?
Yeah, I had a story. I had a life before this. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so yeah, so in order to buy these things, I was told I have to buy this thing called Bitcoin, and if you bought Bitcoin, you can use it and transfer it to someone who's selling whatever they're selling. So at the time, I bought Bitcoins at, I think it might have been like £40 for one Bitcoin. So
crazy.
so so probably over the course of a year, I'll probably accumulate probably about six or seven Bitcoins, but just buying it and then using it to buy something online. But now, back then, £40. Right now, today, Bitcoin's sitting at 13K, just over 13K, all-time high. So 2.5 years ago, it hit 20K. So go figure, really.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't own 6 Bitcoins at the moment, but I wish I did.
Yeah.
But back then, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was going to be like this big. So I see it. Bitcoin to me is assets, and there's only a limited supply of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So
21 million.
Yeah. So in 10 years' time, Bitcoin's probably going to be worth probably what, $500,000 maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna get that Filipino out of us. Start hoarding that Bitcoin.
Stop working. Yeah, Filipinos, stop working hard. Invest instead.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was really good, man. Definitely. Dennis, my guy. When was the first time you heard about Bitcoin? It was yesterday.
It's from you guys, really, man. I never really heard of it.
Yeah.
Apart from just hearing it around, like people talking about it every so often, like a few years ago. But I never knew what it was. I just thought it was just trading. But obviously, as I got to talk to you guys more, got to know more about it. But like I only just joined like 2 months ago. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just obviously for the family information, and like Mark was saying, and that just elaborating, just for our grandkids and great grandkids.
Yeah,
something
so
I'm just going to leave it there for like 5-10 years. Just leave it there forever, really. Yeah, just an investment asset, just something you want to know is just going to grow and become bigger. But like you said with the PayPal, that's just a big thing. And like you said with your clients using the crypto as well, that's even bigger as well. There's probably more companies doing that as well. So no, I never really heard of it. So I'm just a newbie, man. I'm just jumping in the same boat as you guys and going in the same direction, hopefully.
Well, Chris, before you change subject, but I just wanted to say, obviously back then I didn't know anything about it, and only until just before or just after the lockdown around May, April, you started this group. So do you want to?
Chris was saying.
Do you want to get into this again? And I was like, I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, just let me know. I'll do it. But like probably 2.5 years ago, I heard Bitcoin was worth like, it was like 20 grand.
Yeah,
I mean,
20K.
And probably 6 years ago, people told me it was 3 grand. So 3 grand,
wow,
20 grand, and it's on the rise to be something else. So it was probably you. So if it weren't for you, wouldn't get into the space, start learning about all these different coins. Yeah, it just went to before you change subject. So I didn't get into Bitcoin 10 years ago. I knew about it. I bought some, didn't know what I was buying, and then you've introduced this back to us, well, to me, and it's almost get a life-changing thing I'm doing. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, to pick up what Dennis was talking about, we were talking about all the off the camera. We were talking about the adoption of Bitcoin, PayPal. We're going to get into that in a bit, like all these companies adopting it and using it as payment systems and stuff like that. I guess Bitcoin for me is just like, let's just say what it is, a digital currency. You send it, you can send it to someone, transact it. But there's the fundamental values of Bitcoin where it's, like we said, 21 million coins, ever going to be created, can't be replicated. There's not going to be any more coins, 21, that's it. A lot of people are seeing it as gold. That's how I see it anyway, as a store of value. You buy it over time, it's just going to grow in value. And I heard about Bitcoin properly about 4 years ago. Got into it, bought some crypto, got into it, and saw it go from $600 4 years ago to $20,000, and didn't really understand the market back then. This time's different. Learned more about it, and definitely got my guys involved, and hopefully we, like I said, we're doing this podcast, the Yellow Pickle Podcast, and it's for us to kind of go on this journey on life, I guess. But obviously, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in particular, is what kind of brought us together a lot closer than we were outside of that. And hopefully, we just keep growing and keep learning, right?
I thought it was Jesus that brought us together.
Definitely Jesus brought us together. Yeah, definitely. Oops. But yeah, there's always more aspects.
You know, Chris is Moses. Chris is Moses with his Bitcoin stick. You know, he's parting the way for us to walk through into freedom.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, he's part of the sea and he's dragging us.
Yeah, for real. It's definitely, it's been a journey so far, like all of us going on this, and hopefully we can, like I said, this is the first episode for this, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin further down the line loads of times, and we'll see what happens to the price, to the fundamentals, and to our lives, I guess, going through that. So I'm just going to move on real quick. So we're going to have like a little bit of a debate question, and this is, I say it's more of a debate, but it's just more your opinion on how you see Bitcoin, right? So there's a lot of news coming out. Dennis, you touched on it earlier about PayPal. So
yeah,
a few weeks before PayPal, there was a company called Square Space Inc. So the CEO is the Jack Dorsey. He's the CEO of Twitter, and he owns a company called Squarespace. And basically, they built the Cash App. I think a lot of you guys are aware of Cash App, but it's like an American app, and you can buy Bitcoin on the app. Just about last week, the company bought $50 million of Bitcoin just to have in their portfolio. So not necessarily to spend it or sell it, just to hold it. And we're seeing a lot of investors now, especially institutional investors, buying Bitcoin and holding it, right? To hold for, like Dennis said, you want to hold it forever so that you can give it to your generations down the line. And then just yesterday, we just heard about PayPal now allowing their merchants. So merchants are people who buy and sell using PayPal. Now they're allowing them to buy and sell with Bitcoin, and allowing their customers, guys who, I've got a PayPal account, I'm sure you guys have a PayPal account as well. They're actually allowing the customers now to buy Bitcoin on the app. So my question to you guys is, you personally, what do you see like the use case for Bitcoin for you? Is it something like Ant used to do back in the day, like spend it on stuff, or like Dennis and Mark saying, just something to hold for the future? You don't want to spend it right now. You want to hold it until the value goes up, and then you can start using it. So I guess we'll go back to Mark. Like, what is Bitcoin a source of payment or a store of value? What is it to you?
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think Bitcoin is basically, it is digital gold. It's a dinosaur of the crypto space. Whatever it does, everything else follows. Up or down, left or right, don't really matter. I also think you can use it to purchase stuff, and I think with PayPal involved now and its amount of customers is bringing a lot of interest.
330 million customers, PayPal.
Yeah, and I think with the whole COVID pandemic, everything is online. You can buy loads of things online. Amazon is one of the biggest companies because literally I can get a bench press sent to my house the next day.
Yeah.
So, it is a store of value, and I will always keep some, but also, I don't want to be too greedy. I need to still survive. I need to still pay my bills, eat food. So, I'll balance it out. And obviously there's all the little tricks of the trade where, you sell high and then you buy again low, buy the dips. So it's a journey, isn't it? I think we could potentially use it or something similar to it, like the altcoins. I personally think the altcoins will slowly become more available for us to use. So not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin will probably be gold. Ethereum would probably be silver. And then you go down the line of those different sort of asset classes, then, you know, I mean, money is just paper.
Yeah.
Really. Paper and ink. It's governments can print money. That's the problem. And the financial crisis and job losses and reductions now, people are going to these hedge funds of gold, silver, and Bitcoin.
Definitely. Yeah. And
what was the question?
The question is basically, for you, what is Bitcoin more? Is it a store of value for you, or is it something you want to spend? You want to use it as transactions. So, for instance, in the future, do you want to use Bitcoin to buy your Starbucks coffee, to sell this and that?
Okay.
Or do you want to just hold it as like gold?
Hodl, bro.
Hodl. Yeah. Well, to me, obviously, it's an asset, and I wanna hold it. I want to hold it as long as possible, but I also want to make some money out of it. So I do believe it is a digital currency at the moment.
Yeah.
But with the limited supply, I say in the future, people are going to get greedy.
It's going to get scarce, man.
And I say in 20 years time, if you're going to want something so bad as in like you need like a heart transplant or whatever, I believe the price will be, if you want a heart transplant, it'll be 0.5 Bitcoin if you want a heart transplant. And that 0.5 Bitcoin for a heart transplant is probably going to be worth what? I don't know. It could be
a couple $100K or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Probably more. Yeah. I think people are going to get greedy. It's going to be, the supply is going to be so limited to get your hands. It'll be impossible to know someone unless you're the Winklevoss brothers.
Yeah.
To know someone who actually has a whole Bitcoin in 20
Yeah,
years time.
people don't really understand. Like, there's about 7 billion people on this planet. 7 billion, right? Okay, let's say it like what 3 billion, 4 billion are adults between the ages of like 30 to 50. So 3 billion of adults between 30 to 50, and there's only 21 million Bitcoin on this planet. Right now, there's only 18 million. They're still mining more. Like that, people don't grasp that. People need to grasp that idea. Like, wow, there's only 21 million. Like, not everyone's gonna have one.
Yeah.
So definitely got to get as much as you can right now, right?
Yeah. But with PayPal and all of it coming into the space, it's just gonna pump. It's just gonna pump Bitcoin. Like, it's just the price is just gonna push it even higher. Do I want to use Bitcoin as a transaction to buy a bench press, Mark? No. Well, no, I'm not. I won't, because I know in the future it's going to be worth way more
valuable. I hear you.
You could with that bench press you're going to buy today with Bitcoin, you could buy a billion benches. You'll be able to buy a billion benches like probably 20 years time. But I do think it's a good at like PayPal because they're smart. Do you know what? I wouldn't spend my Bitcoin to buy something, but if I was to sell something, or if I was a business and I was selling stuff, pay me in Bitcoin.
Yeah, true. If you understand Bitcoin in terms of the way it works.
Bro, back in June, I sold you a phone for 50 crow. 2 weeks ago, the price was really good. So basically, you bought a phone. What, you bought it from me for like, was it 50 crow? 500 crow or 600 crow?
600 crow at the time.
I think at the time it was like 50 or so, it was worth 50 quid. And after all of a sudden, the crow was like almost like 100 quid.
Yeah.
Or maybe 80. So yeah. So I do think the real, I think money is going to sort of go downhill, and they're just going to keep printing and printing, and it's not going to be worth much in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
That's my take. That's my prediction. That's what, based on the conversation I review and stuff I watch on YouTube. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, no, well, I hate like you. Yeah, we're all definitely leaning towards that. You do want to spend it, but just not right now, and not on the things that you want to, not on the things that you feel like aren't, like you said, worth like a bench press. Like you want that value to grow, and then you want to buy a Lambo, when Lambo, or buy yourself a big massive house, whatever it may be, down the line, something that you feel like, that's going to really change your life, I guess. Dennis, man. So for you, man,
it's the same as Mark and that, really. Just
hold it, get some value,
just grow, and then obviously circumstances where you need to sort of get into the funds, then you can need to take some out, just like Mark said, to live on, but just really leave it in there and just yeah, but don't be too greedy at the same time. Obviously, yeah, just sort of maybe invest in other altcoins or here and there. But yeah, majority just leave it in there most of the time, really.
Yeah, so keep stacking up. Yeah, I think we're all going that way where we want to hold it. But I'll give you a good example of how I've used Bitcoin recently in terms of kind of what Mark was saying, like I need to spend it and use it for bills.
Yeah.
Like around April, May, I started just, it's a bit bold of me to say it. And, if my missus is watching this, then it's probably not, I don't want to hear it. I was taking a lot of my money when I got paid and just buying crypto with it. I just kept buying Bitcoin, buying other stuff. And this was around April, May, but my mindset was because I need to pay for some school fees for my kids, for my daughter. So I thought if I just bought my Bitcoin with this now and the value goes up, then I could basically invest maybe like £1,000 right now, and that £1,000 could be £3,000 a couple of months down the line. So technically, for my daughter's school fee, which is about £3,000 per term, I've only spent £1,000 because when you buy a Bitcoin and the value goes up, the value of it goes up, right? So that's how I've used it as well. So like I kind of see what Mark's saying, like you want to invest, and then if you do need it, it's there, and you're spending less than what you originally would have if you paid for, like, say, for me personally, was that school fee. If I would have just saved £3,000 in the bank account, right, it would have cost me £3,000, fine. But I technically only paid £1,000 and the value went up, so I managed to pay it off with £1,000. So there's other ways you can obviously use Bitcoin as a form of a payment, and you can do both, right? You can buy it, value goes up, sell it, and I think the key thing is that we just continue to keep buying it, get as much as you can, don't stop, don't really set a limit on it, obviously. But be aware of the risks when you do buy these type of assets. They are volatile. We've seen, we've been part of a few this correction recently now. Bitcoin, what did it go from 12.4K and it went down to like 10.2K, right, in the space of like a couple of weeks. I mean, now it's going up, which is good. It's £13,000 now. It's recovered, but we can see how it can get volatile, right, and how it can really mess people up.
But you can see why people want to sell. They start getting scared. They don't want to go through the run, do they?
Yeah.
Lows and highs,
Yeah. I mean, like
emotional scar, it plays with your emotions a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to look at it. I just wait a few days and I look at it later. I'm like, oh my god.
You don't want to look at it, right?
I should have looked at it now. I'll be like, I'm waiting for Chris's advice and see what happens.
Yeah, when I started investing, that's when Bitcoin was I think it was at about $11,000. Started buying. I bought a tiny bit, and then there was a correction, and I was calling Chris like, "Oh, Chris, I don't know what's gonna happen." And then another correction came like a week later. I'm like, but it's all good.
But it's crazy. Was it in June time? And because you started the month before me, like started investing again, and then we was like buying it for probably £6,500.
Yeah, it went down to $8,900. So
and it was weird because I remember Chris saying, well, we've got to make sure it goes up to 9.5, and then like 2 months later it's like at 12 or something, and then when we come, and then when later on it drops back down, and you're like, okay. Let me buy a little bit more, and then that's gone back up. It's like, well, I'm glad I bought a bit more. So
I should have bought more.
There's no right answer.
No, there isn't. Yeah, because it's versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. Certainly, you can use it to trade. You can use it to, if you buy, just like Chris said, you put it in the bank. You're going to use that currency. The value of it will stay the same. If you buy Bitcoin, £1,000 worth of Bitcoin, it goes up. So the school fees is £1,000. You've put 1,000 in Bitcoin. It's doubled your money, and then you can still pay for your school fees, and then you can keep that 1,000. So it's what you want. You can hold it. You can trade it. You can use it. Take it as a form of currency.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think us four are definitely pretty blessed to be in this position and be on this chat to be talking about investments, because all our parents came over to the UK to work, and they never knew anything about investing back in the day.
Yeah.
And now we do, as a first generation born here. You know, imagine what the second generation, our kids, are gonna learn from what our mistakes are now and future-wise. So, thank you, parents, for coming to the United Kingdom and not letting me grow up in some tree hut somewhere in Philippines.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, definitely hear that. So this is we'll move on to the final question before we wrap up. So this final question, and then we'll wrap it up. So I want to get each and one of you guys predictions, not for a year from now, just a short-term prediction. So the end of the year, December 2020. It's been a tough year for all of us. So let me hear these predictions. I want them to be, positive predictions, hopefully. So what's your prediction, guys? The price of Bitcoin, and we'll refer back to this episode anyway. Definitely see who gets the closest, and then whoever doesn't get the closest, drinks on them. But yeah, let's go, Dennis. What's your prediction? Price prediction, just around like December. What would it hit by then?
Maybe 14.5.
Oh, I like that. I'm writing this down. Yeah, I'm writing this down. I've got it recorded.
Who knows?
14.5K. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be 14.5K. I think it'd be 14.5K next week, bro.
Yeah, hopefully, man. You know what I mean? It might dip back down and it's slowly go back up again. But I want to listen to Ant and Mark's predictions and yours, Chris.
All right. So that is 14.5K. Yeah.
That's how you know I'm a newbie.
Sorry, no, it's not newbie. You never know, mate.
I think it's a good price range.
Should we set a date? Should we say like a specific date? Should we say on the the last day?
How about before Christmas, price before Christmas and after Christmas?
Well, literally 24th and then 26th.
Okay.
Boxing Day, yes.
23rd and 26th.
All right, so price on the 23rd. Dennis.
Yeah.
15.5 for 26.
Okay, 15.5, 26. All right, let's say 26th of December.
Yeah.
15.5K.
I'll say go up after Christmas. I don't know. Yeah.
Go on then. And
go on then.
I say before Christmas it'll be 16.8.
That's
good. Hopefully, man.
16.8, and after Christmas we're gonna go to about, let's say 18 after Christmas.
Wow. Oh, that's not conservative.
Bullish.
Go on, Mark. What are you saying?
So I think before Christmas it will be $15,250.
Like it.
To be precise.
Oh yeah, this is all dollars. It's all dollars.
Yeah, these are dollars, by the way.
Yeah. It will be $16,150.
Oh, I like it. I'm just gonna say straight 20K by 20K by December, mate.
No before, just after.
20K by the 26th of December. That's me. That's it. Stick it to it.
I think we have to make another prediction in probably like 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, when
Chris, I remember probably when did we go sushi that first time with the girls and we were on separate tables. Yeah, I think you predicted at 16K.
I did say 16K.
Now you're saying 20.
I got a feeling I just got a feeling like us humans, we're just emotional, we're irrational, and when they start seeing things like PayPal and they see this, like these companies coming in, I think people are just gonna when they see the price going up, they're just gonna push it. So
put on the spreadsheet.
16, but I'm going 20K. I'm going to say 20K. I'm just, everyone's around the 15, 16K mark. I might as well just throw it out there and say 20K. So maybe drinks on me, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Put it all in the chart so we know. As in, we'll see what our predictions are going to be like weekly, if we think we're on track.
All right. Yeah. I've written everyone's down
and put it up. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's I guess our introduction to it. We've kind of talked to what Bitcoin is in terms of as a hedge against, it's a cryptocurrency, digital currency. We're looking at it as a hedge against inflation, storing it as value, using it as payments. You know, we're seeing companies coming into the space now. Hopefully next time we can talk more about the fundamentals, you know, like halving event, the stock to flow ratio, and maybe talk a bit more about the fundamental side. And this is the reason why Bitcoin is going to go up in price. So maybe that's something we can talk about. But yeah, man, it's been good.
Can I just say something to our viewers? This is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. We're taking the advice from the Yellow Pickles, mate. No, from us, good first episode, fellas. Yeah. We'll definitely get on this again, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Cool. All right, night, guys.
Fellas, take it easy.
Yellow Pickle Podcast.